Hello, my name is Victoria Bergman, and this is my presentation on how to make pumpkin muffins for Speech 101 for the University of South Dakota. To begin with, you want to make sure you have all your ingredients already lined up. For today, we will be using these ingredients: 1/4 of a cup of butter, 1 egg, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. And then we'll also be using 1 can of pumpkin. And then we'll be using 1/2 cup of milk, along with 1/2 cup of sugar, and 1 1/2 cups of flour. To begin with, you'll want to have a decent sized bowl. Then you'll start by adding the egg. You'll want to make sure you gently whisk it, but you can use a fork just fine. After that, you'll want to add the milk, followed by the melted butter. Once those are thoroughly mixed in, you'll want to add the pumpkin. Once it's thoroughly mixed together, only then do you want to start adding the dry ingredients. You'll want to start with the flour. So once you want to use a careful method, and you don't want to pack the flour into the cup, but just gently make sure it fills it. Then after you mix that in, you then go to sugar. So you mix your 1/2 cup of sugar in, then you add your 2 teaspoons of baking powder, your 1/2 teaspoon of salt, then 1/2 of nutmeg, and 1/2 of cinnamon. Once these ingredients are all mixed together evenly, you should end up with something that looks about like this. Once you reach this step, then you want to make sure that you have your pan ready. Your pan, today I'll be using a 6-pan, and you can either grease them or use paper liners. It's up to your choice. And you'll want to make sure your oven is preheated to 400 degrees. Then you'll just use a spatula or something to get the mix into the cups, and then you just put them in there into the oven for around 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you'll want to check them, and if they're not done, continue baking and for another 5 to 10 minutes. The muffins have now completed baking, and you can see the final product. This recipe makes 12 muffins, and once again, this is Victoria Bergman with how to make pumpkin muffins.